I just describe it as a little village up over the mountain, but it's only half an hour out of the city, so you get all the benefits of country life, but you're so close to the city. My husband and I had our 20-year anniversary of living in Uraidla. So in the short time that we've been here, there was a local butcher, we saw that disappear. There were 2 general stores, a petrol station that disappeared, squash courts, they no longer operated. The street became pretty much very empty and just not a lot of activity.
Nice drinks, fellas.
The hotel that we're sitting in, Uraidla Hotel, it closed in 2013, I think it was. And people would just sit around barbecues and bemoan the fact that the pub had shut down and how terrible it was. Having the Summertown's general store and post office shut down was a big eye-opener and wake-up call for us. If they could lose their general store and post office, then we could lose ours. And then once that occurred, we'd be scared that a lot of people would take their business activity out of the town and it would really just kill the town. James Parkin, who was the local school principal at the time, and Ben Hopkins said to me one day, can we get together and catch up? Wonder if there's anything we can do about the fact that the pub's closed down, see if we can get some community action. Local artist Sarah Wheaton from Summertown, she created some local artwork that we turned into postcards, and we packaged them up and we sent them out to everyone in the communities and said, there's been enough talk, it's time to act. We had the meeting at the local footy club and we thought, we might get 80 or 100 people, but as it turned out, about 220 people filled the footy club rooms, and it was actually amazing, overwhelming but amazing. We keep asking ourselves what's our purpose. I guess the primary role was get the main street looking like it had a bit of love, get the businesses back, talk up the town, try and get the pub to reopen. It's quite easy to make connections if you're involved in those, formal ways of community groups and the like through sport and schools. But we felt like it was a lot harder if you didn't have those sort of groups to be part of. It's a lot harder to find that into the community. So we wanted to provide an avenue for people to have that in. We've got our website, we're at uraidla.com, but we're also on Instagram and Facebook for anyone who loves to connect with social media. You shouldn't underestimate what community are prepared to do. The community wrote a placemaking plan and came together and had a landscape group got together to say, well, how could we reinvigorate the main street to make it like a place that business wanted to come back to. Sarah Wheaton did some more artwork for us and we made banners that lined the street just to sort of give it a bit of life. The Red Shed, which is a community community shed, created a whole heap of wicking beds for new planter boxes throughout the town to just dress it up a little bit. The first memorial service for Anzac Day back to Uraidla hadn't been there for more than 20 years. The Show Society at the time was looking to reinvigorate the show. It's become an award-winning country show. Thing that the Tour Down Under comes through Uraidla, it certainly exceeded our expectations of how much activity that could be created in Uraidla. I don't think we've ever had that many people in Uraidla. All credit to the existing and the new businesses who have really realised there's an opportunity out here and have taken that gamble and invested in growing their business and have really brought life back into the main street of Uraidla.